What's up, you guys? This is gonna be like my first actual YouTube video. Like, I don't know why. Maybe mentally or consciously. I always know that YouTube is slow and it doesn't load up fast. I don't know. In my mind. So, but I mean, or that I don't really do much and don't have scenery enough to post. Or, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyways, the new YouTube app is, I think I uploaded some videos and it was fine. I just don't know why I was always trying to be extremely perfect. And like everything else, it just wasn't worth being extremely perfect for that one thing. So anyways, yeah, let's hang out, dude. And that's the other thing. I don't know if you could like listen to music. I don't think you could listen to tunes or anything. That kind of blows. I mean, I don't really know. Do you think that's real? Like, can you just listen to music off in a YouTube video without YouTube? I don't. Does YouTube vlog the videos? Like, I think that's if you do like one straight song or some shit. I don't know. I think I don't know. I really don't know. But anyways, man, it's kind of cold. So, like I was telling you guys on my Instagram video that I made 3 or 4 times, and then I just forgot about it. I was just like, oh well, nobody cares. So, okay, so this is like my day room, like in the hospital. Because, anyways, yesterday I went on a little walk. And, my church friend, we had special permission. Oh, there you go. See, that's the Sunrays of Hope Community Center. But I'm not going, dude. I can't go. What I look like, limping. No, I can't even stand on my own feet. Like I went on a little walk, with my friend, yeah. And I was helping her walk her dog. And I don't know, but I got blisters on my feet, like on the bottom of my feet. And I was like, dude, I always walk barefoot around the house or whatever. And I never really got blisters on my feet. And so it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt that much. But if I walk on it, yeah, it just brand like ow. So don't matter now. But yeah, dude, like, okay, so I made, over the years, you guys, whoever, like, been following my stories, I never really got a hang of the stories, or I would, like, and the full play is cool, the long play, because, like, you could just record, but people edit it, like, and that's where the stories go. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, look, me, I'm finna smoke a bowl. And so, like, this was supposed to be like a vlog, stoner, video diary. And, yeah. But, I either forget or mentally it's like, it's not good enough. I'm not, like, but, I mean, to store my memories and then go back and hang out with myself, like, yeah, really definitely got to start like actually working on some kind of content or recording, because recording just a minute or two on Instagram, I've always done that, but like we got to explore into the Usually I like to do like trips, like sceneries, or those are really nice. But I mean, like a hangout. I did a lot of hangouts on Twitter, on live and the hangout save, but still, um, it was blurry. The screen was blurry and it just didn't even matter. It didn't matter. Looks kind of weird, but oh well. Ow. Ow. So this is not cool, like, to actually hang out because, I don't really know how to be, like, that social. In person, I'm more very, like, reserved. You know, back of the classroom, like at Hallandale High School. Like, that was, like, 10 years ago, but that's still my vibe. That's still me. You know, like, everybody knows, like, I came from church. Like, I'm one of those born into church peoples, because church peoples, like, they be acting like, they have to seclude themselves in some rural area, or even if they're in a city, you know, they keep to themselves. So at church, we're not really allowed to, or in my younger years, I wasn't even allowed to have friends in the neighborhood. I couldn't talk to I couldn't say hi to anyone. You know, my parentals were very reserved and very strict. So if people wasn't from church, like, you know, I never really know nobody. And I went to high school for 1 year. You know, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. So went to actual public high school for a year. So yeah, man, sitting in the back of the class, you know, just listening to my earphones, that's reserved, you know, that's still me. Like, you know, at church we gotta do these comic book school things. You know, they call the ACE, the ACE Paces. I don't even remember those comic books. Those comic books, the comic strips were like our teachers. And like, yeah, like, it's so awesome to just be like empty-minded and not know anything. Because like, as, you know, a church person, you had no TV, no art, no music, nothing. So when people sit there and talk about comic books, movies, you see hella people everywhere. Someone always has something to talk about. Me, I have nothing to talk about. The only thing I talk about is having nothing to talk about. And like, you know, like what, like, you know, like the Beginner's Bible, Veggie Tales, that was back. You know, and in the future, what, like, Touched by an Angel, or Little House on the Prairie, or Dr. Quinn, the Medicine Woman. You know, like, that is really, really empty-brained, empty-minded. Like, that is really, like, so much memory storage. And so, like, not having anything to know about is really just dumb. But, you know, also it is good, because your main achievement or your main goal should be the last on your mind. For me, I learned at church, you know, when you have something, anything of mental value, they take that away from you. And literally. And so you can never be anything. You can never like anything. And if you do, keep that in the mental on the way back solo. Like, nobody's ever gonna know, yo, like, and that's the only way to have your own a little bit of a personality or anything. And literally, like, churches are very cliquey. Like, people will group up and they will have, like, a specific, like, persona that they portray, a side of them that they show, like a homepage picture. And if you're not exactly like that and you don't act like whatever, then you're just discommunicated. Like, them peoples. The you're not good for my reputation type. That is so messed up. I think I have to edit that out. I don't know how. But, yeah, so, like, I don't know. But this was supposed to be a stoner video, not complaining about Canby, California, and how our church of In Search of Truth, the move of God, is different than, like, our church branch that I am from. It was first called Christian Teaching Fellowship. Later on, they literally renamed it to Covenant Teaching Fellowship because, their preacher, Mr. Bill Bennett, he had, a sermon where he was like, oh, well, he just, felt it. Or no. Please excuse me, I'm sorry. But from what I remember, it was, that, what? Like a present. No. How do you say the word? Hold on. I'm trying to think of the word. Like an understanding. When you like comprehend things a little differently. So they were like, okay, we're not really teaching about Christian ethics. We're really, devoting ourselves to, teach about, I don't know why people have to, anyways, about covenants, like contracts or, pacts or covenants, yeah. So that's what they call it, Covenant Teaching Fellowship. And I was in Hollywood, Florida. And that's the church branch I'm from, because before that, we were from the Miami Revival Center. When my parents came from Venezuela and Colombia. And because in Venezuela, they went to another church in the Move of God that my grandpa, Thomas Ceballos, took my mother to. And so Mr. Thomas Ceballos, he sold all his property and he gave it to the church in Venezuela. And like, Miss Fabiola Machado, Miss Susie, my first best friend, you guys probably know more of the story than I do, because, Miss Fabiola Machado is my mother's best friend. But Miss Nellie Esther Tortello Ceballos, she won't tell me anything. She says I don't remember, I forgot, I don't remember. So Mom, I'm sorry, but Mom, my mother doesn't want to tell me anything about my geographical genealogy. And so, like, I really, like, I just turned 32, September 18, 2022. And, I was born in 1990 on September 18th. And in Opelika, Florida, at the hospital. I don't know if I was switched. But anyways, let's get to smoking. Okay, so that's what the school was called. So anyways, yeah, so Grandpa Thomas Ceballos was like a very godly person in the Move of God Church in Venezuela. And Fabiola Machado came from his church. And so if my first grade teacher knows everything about my grandfather, why am I unknown to my reality? Why don't I know anything about my parents or my grandparents? I don't know anything about anything. Everyone has kept, my history away from me. And like at the age of 32, you should be, somewhere wanting to know who you are, where you come from. So why did my first grade teacher, she always told me to sit up straight. And I was like, no, I want to go back to Brentwood Elementary. Why do I have to go to some church school with my mom's best friend from Venezuela, from Grandpa's church, when Grandpa's dead? Grandpa died. Thomas Ceballos came to Florida, to Miami, to buy some property. Now he moved to Florida, and he died in a drunk driver hit and run accident. And so nobody knows. Everybody's just like, nobody knows. We don't know. We don't remember. They just don't want to tell you. So I'm pretty sure I'm my grandfather's kid. Freddie, my dad, or my stepdad. Supposedly, when my stepdad moved to Florida from Venezuela, he left my mother at home in Venezuela. So my grandfather took her to church. So if my grandfather birthed me, that would make so much sense. But nobody wanted to tell me nothing. They're like, oh no, Freddie's your dad. And if Freddie was my dad, my father, like, why don't I remember? Like, I'm the world's like a concussionist. Like, they gave me concussions because of something. I always forgot everything. And like, I just wasn't aware of it till later on. And it's just really, I don't know. So everyone's nice and comfortable, and they should at least let me know who I am. Even if my mother doesn't accept it. Like, everyone should know who they are, or where they come from, who their parents are, who their guardians were before they were born, who their godparents were. So like, anyways, damn. So as far as I remember it, I was dedicated at the Hollywood Church by Pastor Bill Bennett. And I was baptized there. You know, they do a little ceremony. And, or wait. I was born, yeah, I